Hey everyone, this is Tracy with Color Me This. I believe we're on episode 205. And I returned home last night at 2 a.m. Hub got me up first thing this morning to go swim in the pool and do the aqua class, which I did. And so I am finally settling down now to film my July haul video. I left on July 29th, and on July 30th, a set of pencils that I ordered from eBay came. So I actually ordered a few other things. I ordered one other thing, and then I did have a fun shopping excursion at the Dollar Tree. Found these books, which I will share with you, some gel pens, and I'm going to move all of this to the side. I have been waiting anxiously to get home, knowing I had a set of pencils to return to. So the first fun purchase was these little books are $1.25. They have a variety of them, and you can, if you're a colorist, you could either do rubber stamping in these, you can doodle and do your own coloring, but they are simple. You can even get really fancy and splice these apart and make pockets and things and turn this into more of a journaling book than a hardcover, just thin book. But I like the blanks. You can fill it in, and then this actually comes off. So these are really fun, great for gifts. This is another really nice style of book. I have a whole selection of these. Again, I would be rubber stamping. Being a stamper, I have lots of stamps. But if you're a doodler, you could also doodle all throughout these, add your own little messages, add metallic. If you like them just the way they are, you could just use your markers. Use a variety of different metallic or glitter markers. You could use very light water applied aqua painting, but you will get some rippling. This is a fairly decent paper. And then the third one is this one, a faith-based one. And it is also got lots of empty space for you to decorate and add, you can add gold to these words. Just whatever moves you. So that, I picked those up. Every time I see them that are ones that I don't already have, I grab a few more. And the fill in the blank one, the things I really like about you, I have been collecting copies of those to give out. I did grab a little 3-hole, it looks like cork, but it's actually not cork. It's a soft fabric. I have my 50 prangs in a 3-hole punch. They go in a binder, so I thought this would be good to put an eraser, like a mono eraser, a full-size eraser, and a small sharpener. I grabbed some stamps. This is actually not from, this is American Crafts, so this is from Dollar General, and I always pick up these really inexpensive stamps, even though, yes, I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, but I like to buy stamps that you can color, and I love the rainbows, the smileys, and the arrow flowers. So that was Dollar General, and then these two I grabbed from the Dollar Tree. We love anything science fiction, fantasy, and then, of course, flowers. You can't go wrong with flowers. And these are $1.25, I think. The American Crafts might have been a tiny bit more than the $1.25, but there is no price on the back. Okay, last thing from the Dollar Tree. I always grab gel pens. It's a hit or miss. This is a brand I have not tried. It looks like I got 2 greens, but green being my favorite color, I'm okay. I can never have too many green pens. And I've got some scratch paper. And I just want to see. They say just right on them. They are 1 millimeter So they have a 1.0, yeah, and 1 millimeter. They have the little protective wax on the tip. Yeah, that's not bad. Not bad at all. I'm going to leave the camera back a ways because the next thing we will work on will be my pencil purchase. This one is a little bit, it skips a little bit. And there's my green. Even if they're not, these are not good enough quality for me to use for coloring, I have many pens that I will just go through and use them for note-taking, lists. I am a list person. That one looks pretty good. Here's the other green one. Let's see if they are indeed the same. Yep, they are. Very nice, cheerful colors. I might have got these. The front of the Dollar Tree when I was there is all set up for school, and I think I got these in the front in the school supplies section. The blue one actually feels really good. There they are. Not bad. And each pack was $1.25. Okay, so I have already cut the tape on my package because it was very thick tape. So this is an eBay purchase, a used set of 180 Black Widows. I got the all 180 in the case for $65, and I believe that was including everything. And I did not get to see what the front design was of the pencil case it came in, and this is very cute. We have padding on the bottom. There was no padding on the top. It's the 3-up, so 3 pencils per slot, which is not my favorite. I bet you this is upside down. Yep, there we go. So it is an Allen Shawn. I already have, once we take a quick peek, oh my gosh, isn't that beautiful? Look at them all. So my game plan here, boy, these look hardly used. Here's a somewhat short Monarch one. I already own 96 of these. I do not own the green. The green band and the orange band is the Monarch and the Dragon. So those are the 2 that I didn't own. And, oh, even a bonus, an eraser pencil. So my plan is to, these are in color sort order. They won't be perfect, but I want to put them in my case that I've already designated for them that has the 96. And then the extras that are in here, I will, initially I'll leave them in this case, but I will probably put them in a smaller case and use this for something else. So if I put this vertically, like so, this is my case configured how I like it, starting with number 1. You can't see it. I'm going to reverse these. In fact, I want to share the... So this is my case. And here are the ends of the ones on the left that I just got. So I think this is a really good deal because I think full price is around $150 to complete the set. And again, I got this whole set plus the case, sales tax and shipping all in, for $65. And I believe I did make an offer. I'm finding right now in this environment that as long as I make an offer that's somewhat reasonable, not completely out of line or like a lowball offer, they're mostly accepted on eBay. Hey, future Tracy popping in because I wanted to go check my Black Widow swatches that I have completed for the first 96 that I already have in my book. I found that I did complete all 96 on the Coloring Bliss swatch, but the hole punch swatches that I use on a day-to-day basis, I only did about 6 of them. So I am going to go away and stop talking about the Black Widows in this haul video so I can come back in an episode 206, and I will do that as soon as I get the swatches caught up, and we will look at the full swatch set for all 180 and go over the pencils, how they felt to me, any special colors that jumped out at me, and how the quality was of those new pencils that I have added. All right, future Tracy again. This is the Crafters glitter glue. It is from Dollar Tree. I have seen it every time I go, and finally this last visit I went ahead and grabbed one. It is sparkly, it is like a giant Stickles bottle, and I want to do a quick demo. I have taken a alcohol marker. This is the Copic Prussian Blue B39, and I've colored it on this white scrap paper. I have opened up the lid, and I will show you what I found. There is a nice plug that keeps the glue from drying, so I will be trying really hard to not lose this so that I can put it in after I'm done using it. The applicator for this particular glitter glue has to be quite large because the glitter glue itself is, I have a dried sample of it here, so it has a lot of empty space. The glitter is nowhere near as thick as the glitter for the Stickles, and it also is clear. It isn't a colored glitter, like the glue has no color. It's only the glitter, and then it has these large chunks. So I have a colored space as well as the non-colored space, and this goes on in a really thick glop. And I have found by drying that first one that it is very slow to dry when it's on so thick. So I think the best application for this is to be used like on a background or a large space. I bought it mainly for being a crossover supply that I could use on card making or for a coloring page. So I think where it's going to shine is on a dark background like this dark blue. For card making, I would probably put it on something like it could be, they could decorate balloons or a cake. anything festive and fun. I just had this from the 3 pens, these gel pens that we demoed a little bit ago. So I am stretching out the glue, and you will see that by the time you get all of the glue stretched out, you do not have anywhere near the amount of glitter that you get with stickles. So this is not going to be a stickles substitute. It will be its own thing. I do have a heat gun nearby, and as I said, where I left the glue gloppy and thick, it took forever for this to dry. So, having stretched it out, I'm going to go ahead and run my heat gun on it. If you don't already own a heat gun, they are, as a coloring tool, they are fantastic. They will help you if you're working with water and you want to minimize your rippling of the paper, like this paper is rippling, but you can somewhat manage that when you use the heat gun to dry your water, and in this case I'm drying the glue. I am curious, see how shiny it is on the Prussian blue? I am curious if it is going to dry matte or shiny, so that is something to make note of. And again, this is a Dollar Tree item. That giant bottle costs $1.25. So it certainly isn't going to be a substitute to replace some of the more spendy supplies. I can tell you, I see this glue is drying, and it is actually drying matte, not glossy. So that's good. For me personally, I don't necessarily want a glossy finish. But it's also showing me what part of it is dry and what part is still wet. I definitely don't use stickles for a large application. I use them for small, thin lines or small shapes. Probably the biggest space that I've used it for was a bunch of bubbles on the full page fish that I colored with the Pablos in Small Victories. So stickles would not be a supply of choice for me to like go ahead and have glitter on the whole background. All right, I think it's dry. So let's just have a look. So I think if you just want something festive, it's definitely hard and you can feel the glitter. So stickles kind of feel like that when they're dry. But I love that it is not a shiny finish. It is a matte finish. And let's see, I have rubbed my fingers on it, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of glitter that I have rubbed off, so it's not too bad. All right, so now I'm going to go back. I'm inserting this into the video before the very last item. This is a Temu. I went ahead and ordered some more art supplies. Most of them I put away. They weren't all that interesting, but this particular one is very interesting to me. It does look like this seal has been broken. Right here, it was not sealed. I don't think I paid very much, maybe $5.50. But what I wanted it for is when I do my watercolors, I want to be able to have the brush get cleaned without having to change out the water all the time. And as far as I understand it, I fill this with water. This then is the stopper for it, but it will feed and fill this up with this little button. This is actually getting rid of it. So this is going to be an adventure. I am not sure. It does have a gasket, So I would say you need to be careful with the gasket. I will pause because that is my alarm telling me to go get something out of the freezer. So this gasket's probably really important. And I will be right back. All right, I am back. So I filled the bottle end with water, put the cap on it. I actually assembled it by placing the base upside down on top of the bottle and took the whole thing and turned it upside down like you see here. There is a little reservoir, a little canal-like thing that will, when the water fills up in this end, it's when the aqueduct is full, the water stops going into the reservoir. So when you use the water, I have some watercolors here. I'm grabbing the darkest, and I have some dainty brushes. So hopefully there's even some ridges here to wipe off your brush. So when this water gets contaminated and you want to, say, change colors, you push the button, and then the reservoir, this canal, fills up the reservoir, and when the water is filled to a certain point, it will stop feeding water from the bottle. So hopefully that makes sense. And I'm very excited to use it for real. I've got all of my background supplies and watercolors in the metallics and the distress inks and my Neocolor 2s. So this was a last piece of my puzzle where I want to be keeping my water clean as I change colors. Alright, so that concludes episode 204, my haul video from July. I will be popping right back in with the first look at the rest of the Black Widows. I did just get the full set of 180, but I will be merging them into my case that I already have established for them that has 96. And I will be going through integrating the Dragon and Monarch sets with you, so stay tuned for that. Do all the YouTube things, like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you soon.